Hey, today we are looking at the solar plexus, the emotional center in our body graph. And so what you'll see when you look at the solar plexus is that it connects to the throat center. The throat is where we speak. It connects to our energy center and it connects to our root center. So, and then what else have we got? We've got it connecting up here to our heart center. So lots of connections going on there. And when that center is colored in, that means that you've got the emotional authority. So you need to process your decisions through that emotional wave. Oh, the puppy is barking this morning. It's driving me a little bit crazy. So with the solar plexus defined, you have a consistent way of processing your emotions. Means that you are the type of person whose energy is broadcasting your feelings. So if you're coming up into the aura of someone who has an undefined center and you are feeling good, you're going to enhance their emotions because they're taking that energy in and amplifying it. If you are in not such a great mood, you're feeling down, you're feeling a little frustrated, you're feeling different feelings, then the people with the open emotional center are going to be bringing that energy in and amplifying it also. So you have the power to shift the energy in the room. And that's something to be aware of so that you can create your state before you go into a room if it's something that is important to you, if it's an event that you're going to, or even if it's just, a family do and you want to bring the good energy. So when you have that center defined, you have emotional authority and you are going to allow those emotional waves to process the information of your decisions. Really that barking. I know that when I watch videos, I can hardly notice the barking. So we're just going to continue. Now, each of these connections has a different style of emotional wave. So we're going to go into this a bit deeper with when we go into circuitry somewhere down the line. But there's 3 different types of circuits in the connecting lines using the format of the Kabbalah. And that means that we have got individual circuitry, so where the energy is focused on ourselves, tribal circuitry, where the energy is focused on our network, our family, our tribal circuitry, and then the collective circuitry, which is where the energy is relating to the collective and the overall perspective of what's going on in the universe, in our world, in our 3D reality. Okay, so there are different types of emotional waves. So this wave is a pretty smooth wave. So you're pretty much going from smooth to highs and then back to kind of balance. That's the source of the emotional waves coming from the sacral center. Then this emotional wave going from the solar plexus to the heart, that one is it's a tribal wave and it has some power behind it. So if you've got this wave, it's kind of like you can let things slide, oh yeah, that was a little annoying, but I'm going to let that slide. Okay, that was a little annoying too, I'm going to let that slide because let's keep the peace. That was annoying. And then you're going to have the one thing that has gone, so you're ratcheting up that emotional wave, and then you're going to have that boom. That was it, the straw that broke the camel's back. And once you've processed through that emotional boom, you're going to come back to peace. But it has a ratcheting effect that goes up and up and up, and then it has to explode and then release. It's a better word than explode, and come back down. And once you've gone through that emotional wave, then you've got that recentered space to make decisions from clarity. I'm not going to go into the other emotional waves today, just because that background noise is annoying me. If you have any questions though, or if you've got a different connection, then drop it in the comments, and I'll let you know what human design says about that, and you can see if it resonates with your experience of your emotional wave. Right. So with the emotional wave, or with the solar plexus, if it is defined and if it is undefined, you're going to come back to your strategy, how you interact with the world, whether you are responding to all the signals and signs that come to you as a generator or manifesting generator, if you're informing and getting urges and informing like a manifester, if you're waiting for an invitation for the projectors, and if you're sampling the energy as a reflector, and then using that authority. So half of us are emotional authorities and half of us have a different type of authority, whether it's the sacral authority, which will just be the generators, splenic authority, ego authority. If you've just got that heart center, that's you don't have the solar plexus, the sacral, or the spleen defined, colored in, you're going to go, the next step is the heart center, if you've got that colored. And then you may not have that colored, and then you could be a self-projected authority, which means you need to, that would be your G center connected to your throat. You're going to be speaking things out to see how they sound to you, and when you hear yourself speak them, you'll get clarity on what the right thing is for you. And then we have the reflectors, who are going to be waiting that lunar cycle. All right, so that was a little bit intense today, with a little barking in the background, but I think we got there. Strategy and authority, and then we look at our centers. Okay, so it always is going to come back to your energy type: manifestor, generator, manifesting generator, projector, or reflector. Your energy type, you're going to tap into your strategy, which is the way that you interact with the universe, the way that you make things happen, the way that you get things in motion by doing less. Cannot stress that enough. If you're a generator, you are waiting to respond. You're not going out there making things happen. It's not things that come from your head. Although we all have great ideas, there's a lot of inspiration. We are not relying on our head for these things. We are relying on the wisdom of our body to help us make the right decisions, to help us move forward with the correct steps. So relying on our strategy, the way that we interact with the universe, and then our authority, or them both together, because you might have the sacral authority and you might be a generator, so that's all in one. And then the emotional authority, working your way through that, or your other type of authority, so that you are making the decisions that you won't regret. And those three keys, energy type, strategy, authority, are going to shift the way that you live life. It's going to be so much more fun because you are experimenting. It's what I find. It's a lot of fun because you can be curious about what's going on. Like, it's not like you're getting things wrong all the time by not doing it the way that mainstream or the authorities in your life tell you to do things. It's like, oh, okay, I'm me, and I get to experiment with being me and seeing what me thinks, what me, my body, my energy, my wisdom is telling me to do. So it's the journey of you for you, and I just want to help you tap into you being you, because I have access to this knowledge, and it's a lot to take in, so you don't have to learn it. I want to share as much as I can with you. So questions, ask your questions, because you becoming you is the gift that this world needs. Okay? All right, you have a great day, and I will be back again tomorrow.